G'day guys, welcome to beautiful Queensland and for the Constellations Carnival, and the weather up here has been absolutely fantastic for us this week. As you can see with the beautiful Mount Tamborine in the backdrop, we are doing it very hard up here, rocking with attitude, look like diamonds and myself, and really looking forward to Saturday night for the Great Square and the Southeast Oaks. The big trotting feature for this week is the Great Square. We have Rockin' With Attitude engaged. She's drawn barrier 6. It'll be a great race. Definitely the best 3 and 4 year old race for the season, without a doubt. We take on London to a Brick, and also Bet and Win. Lucky Mum, the 3-year-old filly, is going to have a crack at the older horses, and we've also got some great Victorian horses on the way up here. She's Ruby Roo and Prince of Rock. Be a great race. I think the track record is in real jeopardy. It was only 0.1 outside last week in the Stella Square, the lead-up race, and I do think the track record will be under threat this week. It'll be a super race, and really looking forward to it. The pacing feature this week, the Rising Sun, sees an out-of-form Frankie Ferocious, who was strangely disappointing last Saturday night, put in a shocker, but no doubt Jason Grimsey will get him back on track. A horse like Captain's Knock is drawn badly off the back, and we've got the 3-year-olds, the Ricky Elchin 2 trained 3-year-olds, Luxa Turner and Soho Spectre, taking on the older horses. Really looking forward to this race. It just brings a real eclectic mix. There's form lines from all over the country coming together, and will be one of the highlights of the carnival. Week 3 sees the Golden Girl for the mares coming up on the 20th of July. We have 3 major chances there in Artie's Express, Ladies in Red and Tay Tay. Artie's Express probably not in the best form at the moment, but her Queen Elizabeth win was off the charts, and I'm sure Jason Grimson will have her back to her best. He's also got Tay Tay, who is absolutely airborne. Her last 2 runs up here in Queensland have been fantastic. 51 2 weeks ago, and then coming from last Saturday night. And then we've got the champ coming from Melbourne, Ladies in Red. Hopefully she gets on the plane and makes the trip up here, and the Queenslanders get to see what an absolute pocket rocket she is, and be a credit to her to win a race like this on her way out just before she retires. Biggest 2-year-old Australia's ever seen, the Proto Stars, on the last night of the Constellations, and what a field has been assembled for this race. We've got the 4 Victorians heading up: Sagano, the Highlight Reel, Hesitate and 40 Love. I know Aaron Dunn's got a huge opinion of his. Damien Burns does a great job with his 2-year-olds. They're always hard to beat, and of course Emma and Clayton are the benchmark for their 2-year-olds, but they have to take on some very, very quality horses, very good quality horses up here. Fader Waits, Sweet on Lexi, and the filly I'm really excited to see, Bittersweet of Brad Hewitt's. It is going to be an absolute bottler of a race, and can't wait to see how this one shapes up. And the support card for the last night is just as good as the features, nearly. A 4-year-old championship, which will see a lot of those horses out of the Rising Sun take that race on, and the Group 1 Queensland Trotters Cup, which looks like being a real version of the old versus the new. I would think Rockin' With Attitude, we're going to have a crack at it with Bet and Win. I'd say London to a Brick will stay, and taking on Gus, who is the local legend, and his sectionals last week in the Darryl Alexander were off the charts, and Mufasa Metro coming up. So it's going to be a great race to see how the babies take on the older horses for the first time. And the last night of the Constellations, we've got the 3 other big features: Blacks Are Fake, Oaks and the Derby. It's going to be interesting to see who confirms in the Blacks Are Fake. At the moment, Jason Grimson has a huge hand with 5 of the top 7 horses in betting. Be interesting to see if Ladies in Red takes on the boys, and of course we've got Larry, the benchmark, probably one of the best paces we've seen in this country for a long time. So the Blacks Are Fake will be a great race to see who actually takes it on, and how Larry, and if Ladies in Red takes on the Grimson camp. The Derby's going to be a great race. It'll be shaped a little bit more over the next 2 weeks with who Emma and Clayton bring up, with some American and Biscay penciled in. You've got Soho Spectre going around in the Rising Sun this week. And then the Oaks is also going to be dependent on whether Very Pretty comes, how Luxa Turner goes, and it will be it'll be very interesting over the next 2 weeks to see who decides to come for the last round. But the last night, the 27th of July, if you're a harness fan, I'd be getting to Albion Park, because it's going to be one of the best nights racing we've ever seen.